Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Variable Barricade. Just continuing in the first impressions section, which, if I remember correctly, from the Barricade board, it was like their thoughts, so I don't think it's going to be us here, it's just going to be them, so it's kind of like an aside, so anyway. So, yeah, there we have it. We got our first real sit-down with the babe. What do you guys think of her? Actually, I'd like to apologize to all of you first. I'm really sorry about all this. I never expected things to be decided this quickly. It caught even me by surprise. But what's done is done. We said no hard feelings no matter who was selected, right? Well, it's clear I'm destined to be the lovely lady's chosen. You know, in the second to last round anyway. Huh? You're saying you got picked already, Ichia? Obviously. You only have to look in her eye. And, well, you're man enough to lose gracefully, right? He's, like, super pretty right now. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's really hot in his spray, but, like, he's kind of a dick. Like, I love this. Remember, we learned they're all kind of trash in the last one. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice. Wait, but then, does that mean the rest of us aren't needed here anymore? Are we gonna get booted out tomorrow? Say, Nayuta, I'm thirsty. Be a good man and get some mineral water for me, would you? Shion? I don't think now's the time for mineral water. Nayuta, now please. Okay, I'm going. Don't go away. I have to admit, I pity poor, naive Nayuta. Ichia, you are amongst the waking world, yes? Yeah? Ah, good. Talking about your dreams is well and good, but you have to be sure you can separate them from reality, else people might think you've gone quite mad. Why is Taiga saying Taiga and I are being kind enough to let it slide? I feel like this is supposed to be Shion saying this, so I'm just gonna go with that, because it also doesn't have the bro, what? Like, the way Taiga talks. So anyway, Taiga and I are being kind enough to let it slide, but poor Nayuta isn't quite so sharp. Keep that in mind and save the dreaming for bedtime, Whoa. I'm not the one dreaming here. You two are the ones who... Oops! Sorry, bro. Hand slipped. Here, Shion! I brought your water. Thank you, but this is the wrong kind. I asked for plain mineral water, not sparkling water. What? You should have said so sooner! Jeez, I didn't even think there were any bottles that weren't sparkling. Is he, like, fucking with him? I feel like he is. Oof. Taiga, don't you think that was, you know, a little rude? Taiga was actually being kind, Ichia. I suggest you be more careful, else his hand might slip again. So passive-aggressive. Yeah, so shut your face before I give you a literal stitch. Oh, so shut your face before I give you a literal stitch in your side. No violence. No violence! I couldn't figure out which water you wanted, so I just brought them all. Pick whichever. Thank you, Nayuta. You're a good boy. Come on. Could you stop treating me like I'm a little kid? We're almost the same age. Ugh, whatever. Let's get this crap back on track, okay? Nayuta, now that you've met the lady, what do you think of her? He needs a better voice, because it's too similar to the other one. Like, it just did nothing for him. He definitely can't have the Lupin voice. It just doesn't work for him. Ugh, I got nothing else. Anyway. Well, she's way prettier than she looked at her picture. And she had, I don't know, this regal presence. Even though she's still young, I guess she would as the Tojo heir. I'd say she's like a delicate rose that's not quite in full bloom. Beautiful, dignified, yet still flush with the sweet fragrance of youth. Wow, he is so full of shit. I love it. Oh, yeah. She did smell nice. And I got these funny shivers when she glared at me, too. It makes me kind of wonder what it'd feel like if she yelled at me. Oh, it's okay. Sure. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Yes. Her thorns are alluringly sharp. You can't help but want to touch them, even knowing you'll bleed. What kind of Shakespearean bullshit is he spewing? He's over there, like, saying all this shit, like, see, I romantic poet. And you're like, it's, like, all fucking bullshit. I love it so much. You bros have some twisted kinks. Some unique preferences, I suppose. I hope she's the open-minded sort. I love Nayuta's face right now. Oh, his little sad face is adorable. Hey, I'm completely normal, thanks. Preferences? What preferences? Yeah. Ask Ichi about it later, Nayuta. Anyway, Shion, what did you think? I can't get his voice. Because, like, sometimes he swings and he sounds a little bit too, like, well, okay, whatever, but, like, that's not really his voice. But then it's like, I just can't fucking, it's so hard. I don't have a lot of voices, and none of them fit him. I know exactly the voice he needs, but I ain't got it in me. Man, I just don't. Anyway, I think she's rather cute. The sort of girl who would be pleasant to observe. Cute? Personally, I think Spacey is more pretty than just cute. I didn't mean her looks. I was speaking of the impression she left on me. It looked like she was quite tired, actually. It made me want to soothe and comfort her. I'm quite good at that, you know. They're also kind of all pompous and full of themselves. I really love it. Wow. Yeah, they're all kind of terrible. In a little, like, they're great, but awful. Like, really? That's how you do things, huh? I can't say I'm surprised. I gotta try to get into him when I do his voice. Everyone else kind of flows out naturally. Taiga's, like, very hard to get into to make sure it's not too much the Impy voice or too much the Ichiya voice. You know what I mean? Anyway. And what of you, Taiga? Me? I thought she was a sharp-tongued bitch. Looked more bratty than I expected, too. There's something about headstrong women like her that just makes me want to make them cry, you know? Bully! Say what? How about I make you cry, huh? Nuh-uh! Looks like you've got a twisted streak too, Taiga. Yeah, he's gonna be that guy. They're normally the ones that I really like. Slam me up against a wall, call me an idiot, tell me you hate me, and I will follow you anywhere. Van Helsing. I don't know. But see, the only reason I took it from Van Helsing because he had glasses and he was hot. Like, I might take it from Taiga because he's hot, but, like, he's not, like, he wasn't my, like, oh my god, I love you, right off the bat, so. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but it's just, like, it's not my, instantaneous. Like, if Shion did that to me, I'd probably be like, oh, stop it, I love it, but, I don't know. Hold on. I have to throw something out. Okay, I just didn't want to throw that on my floor. Now he's like, like you've got room to talk. Yes, all three of you have proved that you're each perverted in your own special ways. Move along. Yes, and jellyfish hair over here. I love them and I don't at the same time. Like, there's little things about each of them I kind of like, but then they're like, jellyfish hair. That's what's ruining it for you, Shion. I mean, also, you're kind of trash. They're all trash. But, like, I don't think we really need to justify why we enjoy trash, because I think we've all done it before. Yang, Pio Fiore, I see you. Like, hi, you're hot and you're just the worst. I mean, you knew that going in. I did not know going in and they were going to be trash, but I like it. I'm here for it. I've been prepared. I presume it's safe to say that, in the end, all of us are fond of Spacey to some degree, correct? You're fond of me, why? Oh, well, okay, Ichiya just is marriage fraud. Nayuta's just like, I don't know. He's like bad luck guru over here. I'm not really sure why, you know. Taiga just wants somebody to abuse. So sure, a 17-year-old girl works, and Shion just wants someone pretty to look at. Okay, so that makes me feel good we're pretty. Like, I mean, I don't really think your motivations for liking me are really, like, genuine at this point. It's all very superficial, but sure. Of course. You bet! What are you asking that for? To measure up my rivals, of course. That's an important step. At the end of the day, she'll choose only one of us. We're all here because we want to be selected. We don't have the luxury of complacency. Did you want to go see your Barbie friend? Or are you going to just sit here with me? My bird is with me. And other little bird is downstairs chirping because he can't see Big Bird. Little bird is not friendly. For those of you who are new. He does not... He talks and chirps. He just doesn't want... He's not really hand-friendly with me. But so he would never come up here with me. But, like... He's downstairs. I don't know if you can hear him. He's downstairs calling to Neelix. Oh, that's right. Ooh, wait, huh? Hold on a sec. Didn't Ichigo say a minute ago that he'd already been picked? It's weird that all of their... I wish they had, like, their names were different colors. You know what I mean? Instead of they're all blue and white. Anyway. Huh? Oh, right. One look in her eyes, and I could tell that... Gut check! Maybe saying that I was already chosen was putting things a little too confidently. But I will say that I'm at least one step ahead of the rest of you. I'm sure of that. And then, the rest of us can still stay here? We aren't gonna get kicked out yet? Duh. This contest only just got started. Oh, phew! Thank God! I'd best put forth a strong effort as well. Oh, and no crying about unfair methods, okay? All's fair in love and war, after all. Of course, the thrill of love is that there's no telling what spark will ignite it. If you win her heart, that means you did something right. I thought you'd say something like that. Best of luck to you all. Bring it on. Nayuta's gonna win. I mean, because he's the first one, so anyway. I'm gonna try really hard, too. I want Spacey to pick me. Sure. Knock yourselves out, guys. Glad to see you're all jazzed about this. Hey, how come Taiga's making it sound like he doesn't care? I'm sure that's simply his way of doing things. I'd be careful if I were you. Oh, I get it. Thanks for the tip. So you're the kind of guy who holds grudges, huh, Shion? Oh, I'd never do anything so crass. I simply said what was on my mind, that's all. But anyway, it seems we won't get another chance to speak with Spacey today. I think I'll retire to my room. Good night, all. I'm going to do the same. I need to go over my recipes and pick the perfect one for breakfast. I've got a feeling that by tomorrow morning I'll be 2 steps up on the rest of you, not just one. Good night. I'm gonna go out for a run. We've been sitting around so long, I'm in the mood for exercise. Go nuts, but if you get lost, don't expect me to go find your dumb ass. Well, I'm not gonna get lost, so there. Besides, call the buller. Things are just getting underway, huh? Oh well, at least this ought to be interesting. Damn, I could go for a beer right about now. Are there any munchies in the kitchen? His voice is gonna be all over the place. I can't quite get in the right groove. First impressions clear! Woo! The 4 suitors have finally been introduced. What are their first impressions? 4 men arrive out of nowhere. They all proclaim as one voice, "Please marry me." Those are the things we've already read. But is this is interview with the suitors? Yep, that looks like it is the next thing. So okay. 4 eccentric suitors. No better way to get to know them than through interviews. Oh, we don't have a glossary in this, so we can't do tour guide Spacey. Oh. Interview with the suitors. Here you go. We'll just read the intermission. I can't do tour guide Spacey right now. I think doing Grandpa like 2 days ago broke me a little. Honestly, my voice has been broken since like we fucking had to do Monokuma fucking and you know that with the thing and the can't with words right now. But anyway, 3 games worth of Monokuma was Danganronpa. Why couldn't I think of that? Anyway. The school? Oh, that's right. Summer vacation had ended. Then on the way home... Back to the CG. They all look so good, except for Nayuta's, like, sweating awkwardly. Like, poor thing. He looks like, I feel awkward, and everyone else is like, putting on their suave, sexy face, and he's like, I feel awkward! Miss Spacey Tojo. Sorry this is so sudden. If we could cut right to the chase. Ready, set, please marry me! That's all of them together. Yes, they suddenly proposed to me, and I... Oh, interesting. The heir to the Tojo family fortune. If I could get my hands on her, I would be set for life. I never had to work again. Wait, what are you trying to... Marry for money, gold diggers. What? No! This is a nightmare. He woke up from a nightmare into a real nightmare. Good morning, Miss Spacey. I forgot his voice for a second. Is something the matter, miss? You look awfully pale. It's nothing. I'm fine. I just had a nightmare, that's all. Morning, Spacey. And what a lovely morning it is, too. Good morning. I was starting to wince automatically whenever one of the suitors drew near. I was like, are we going to get the rest of that sentence? Okay. Shion didn't seem to notice. Smiling beautifully, he leaned forward to look in my eyes. What? You slept poorly, yes. You need to take better care of yourself. It wouldn't do to blemish your lovely skin. Pushes him away slowly. He reached up and gently brushed the corner of my eye. Startled, I jumped backwards. Oh, that's Nayuta. Huh? Geez, you surprised me. Is something wrong? No, I'm sorry. Good morning, Yagami. Good morning. Wow, this is so cool. I actually get to greet Spacey first thing in the morning. I almost can't believe it. Indeed, I agree. Wait. The hell are y'all doing standing there like lumps? Quit blocking the door, would you? For those of you who don't know, I can't read the word yawn without it making me yawn. So, when we yawn for reals here. Legit! I am a method voice actor. I yawn for real. That's about it. The rest of it's trash, but... No, morning, Taiga. Check it out. This is the most awesome thing. See? See? Hey! Yagami excitedly grabbed me by the shoulders and shoved me in front of Isurugi. Huh. All I see is you being stupid loud at a stupid early hour. Pipe down already. No, come on, Taiga. Look, here, it's Spacey. Yeah, so it is. What about her? Don't you get it? Spacey's right here, with us. We get to say good morning to her at the crack of dawn. Isn't that super cool? He's literally a dog. I mean, I really think in his thing it shouldn't have been like... What was his series of unfortunate events? It should literally be his dog. Like... Secretly, this is one of those games where, like, animals come to life and you date your animals. Have so many of them. Still have yet to play them. Except for a Hatoful boyfriend. We dated pigeons. It's cool. Which was weird for me. Because I'm a bird lady. And that was awkward. But also right up my alley. Strange. Anyway, but secretly in this, Nayuta is absolutely a dog that has been transformed into man for some reason. Don't know why. But that's That's just what I'm going with. That's a super secret. Was dog, has no identity as a human. Wait, what? Yeah. Isarugi gave me a look that screamed, "The hell do I care?" and then turned back to Yagami. Heaving a sigh, he rubbed his eyes. Duh. She's living here now. Of course we get to say hi. And would you turn it down already? I'm dead freaking tired, thanks. Yes, it is unusual to see you awake and about at this hour. Did you pull an all-nighter, perhaps? Yeah, pretty much. Got to talking with a buddy on the phone and lost track of time. Well, that's not good for you. You have to get lots of sleep, then wake up early and eat a hearty breakfast. You're not going to have any energy otherwise. You have too much energy. Simmer down. What are you, my mom now? And I never was a big fan of breakfast. Stop talking about me like I'm not here. Yagami was still clutching my shoulders. I looked around desperately hunting for an excuse to escape. Entirely by accident, my eyes met Miyazumi's. I wish she would just call them by their first names because I'm getting confused because at some point I'm like, I don't remember whose last name is what. Shion is Miyazumi, right? Yeah. I'm assuming because Ichiya's not here, but anyway. Spacey, are you hungry? Let's go have some breakfast. Oh, right, breakfast. Ichiya put a whole ton of effort into cooking this morning. Let's chow down. What? Hey, don't push me. Ugh, I already feel too full. Yeah, Taiga just slips in between. I can't quite get him right. It's... the whole fucking game is going to be ruined because fucking Taiga. God damn it. I just can't deal with anything. We could give him the Lupin voice. I want to do it for a couple of lines and just see how fucking horrible it is. And I might, and there's going to be so many people who don't do it. And then I'm going to do it. I don't know. Ichiya, look, we brought Spacey. You don't have to announce that every time. Hang on. I'll be there in a sec. Here, have a seat next to me. Am I going to have any opportunity to get a word in? Well, at least you won't have to talk. They do it for you. Hey there, Spacey. Morning. It's great to get to see your lovely face so early in the morning. You look as beautiful as ever. Good morning? You must have been awfully tired yesterday. Dinner just didn't taste the same without your shining presence. Fucking love! Oh my God! I'm gonna die! My arteries are gonna clog with the amount of cheese that is pouring out of this man. I love it. But here you are this morning. Thank you. I'm so happy to see you. Really, it makes my whole day better knowing you can now sample my cooking. I'm not sure what your preferences are just yet, but I put all of my cooking expertise into this meal. And all of my love, of course. I made this breakfast just for you, and I hope you will enjoy it. It's strange. For some reason, just listening to Mitsumore talk drains me physically and mentally. I love how she is just like over this trash. I love it. Ichiya, you're creeping her out, you know. Oh, you've got it all wrong, Taiga. She's just hiding her blush, that's all. Hey, I'm hungry. Ichiya, is my breakfast ready yet? I'd like my usual fruit and yogurt parfait as well, please. Hey, you two do know there's a priority list here, right? And where do you think your place is on it, Yeah, about that. I don't need nothing. Just give me my veggie smoothie. And get it yourself. I'm so sorry about this, Spacey. They're just jealous. See, I'm the only one here who knows how to cook worth a damn. But you, of course, are the highest priority. Now, would you like some eggs, sunny side up, over easy, or maybe an omelet? I'll make whatever you'd like. I want sunny side up, with the yolks good and runny. Didn't I just say I wasn't talking to you, Nayuta? Ichiya, where's my coffee? The kettle has hot water in it. Help yourself. She's like, I'm just gonna leave. She just leaves and they don't even notice. Huh? Yo, where's the stuff I need to make my smoothie? Can't even find the shaker. Taiga, one of these days I'm going to get you to quit leaving your crap out on the counter. I put that stuff away in one of the kitchen cabinets. Did she just slowly disappear? Because I just saw her slide out. Her little photo slid out of the screen. So I'm just thinking that we just totally ran the fuck away. Wait, forget that. Spacey, how do you want your eggs? Hmm? Wait, Spacey's gone? Yeah, she took off a minute ago. Didn't you notice? Now where's my veggie smoothie? I'm gonna eat you, Spacey. I'm sorry, it's not even like a CG, it's just the way his sprite is like gray and his eyes are blank and there's like a crack on him. What is that? We just killed him. That man is dead. Oh, rip Ichia. I love that little fucking effect. That's funny. Oh, this game's gonna be fun. I gotta say, recently, the games we've been getting, like, that have been localized, have been a lot of fun. Because there was a time where you play them and you're like, yeah, I mean, okay, this one's good, but, like, it's not, like, I feel like more recently, the games that we've been playing that have been localized are like, these are great, I'm gonna replay them later, because they're hilarious. Like, I have a lot more fun with them than I did some of the older ones that we've gotten, where you're like, oh, yeah, this, I mean, it's fun at the time, but later you're like, oh, right, we played that. Did I? Yeah, and like, I don't know. But some of these, at least, oh my god, this is funny. Anyway, they're doing a good job with the localizations lately. Well, first of all, giving us so many. Second of all, just picking ones that are just a goddamn fucking roller coaster riot. These are great. I don't know. This is like, what, the third part? This is great. 30 minutes in. Okay, I'll get it myself. You said the stuff's in the cabinets, right? Miss Spacey, have you finished your breakfast already? I'm going to school. Bring the car around. Yes, miss. The exhausted look on my face must have tipped Kasuga off as he quickly and quietly followed my orders. Is it going to be like this every day? I slumped back in the seat, my empty stomach grumbling in protest. And it's been utter chaos ever since then. Really, it's been such a disaster. Why, even this morning, all of them were making a fuss about smoothies. My, that sounds horribly trying. I don't remember Smoogie's voice totally. It's fine. I still don't want to believe it. Marriage fraud, gambling addiction, a kept man, and a walking debt generator. The debt generator, yeah. A kept man, a natural born kept man. All four of the suitors were gold diggers. I just knew it. The mere thought of having to talk to them again made my blood boil. Stab. Spacey, please! The poor fried shrimp did nothing wrong. And then there's the stupid old vulture. Choose which one I like, he says. Well, I don't want any of them. What do you think about that? Stab, stab, stab. Oh no, the defenseless little shrimp. Samugi put her hands together in a short prayer for the savage remains of my lunch, and then turned to me with a curious expression. And the more I hear of your exploits, the stranger and stranger it sounds. What's so strange about it? One of them could technically become the husband of the Tojo family's next head. But why would your grandfather choose a pack of scandal magnets? I'd wondered about that too. Was he honestly trying to marry me off? If so, why would he pick socially subpar men like them? But after thinking about it for hours, I still had no clue what grandfather was up to. He wants you to pick your butler. Come on, all the signs lead to the butler. He's the perfect one. Everybody has scandal magnets. They're trash. And then you have our perfect gentleman butler. I'm just saying. The biggest scandal would be like, oh, he's a common man. Oh, he's working class. Oh, dear. I'm just saying. This isn't Downton Abbey. I think it'll be fine. Like, I think. I don't know. Like, I'm sure he's just using my misery as a source of entertainment. Are you certain of that? I'm aware that your grandfather has a, developed sense of humor, but he's never acted in poor taste. I'm sure there must be some reasonable purpose behind this. Unfortunately, I can't guess at what that purpose might be. I knew what Samugi was trying to say. I didn't honestly believe that grandfather was just messing with me to entertain himself either. But it was just You're biased, Smoogie. You get along with grandfather, and he seems particularly fond of you, too. Maybe he wants you to marry Smoogie. I'm just saying. Your grandfather has been very kind to me, yes, but that's entirely because I'm your friend, Madam Spacey. It's not just that. What then? Do you mean how he said I reminded him of your grandmother when she was young? I'm afraid I can't say how true that might be. Grandfather likes the traditionally beautiful kind of girl. I'm sure he wishes he had a proper woman like you for a grandchild. Smoogie smiled wryly at the sulky tone of my voice. And that isn't true, Miss Spacey. Despite his prickly demeanor, you and I both know that he cares very deeply for you. No, he doesn't! I nearly shouted, my hands clenched into fists. Why would he do something this horrible to someone he actually cares for? Smoogie noticed my trembling fists and said nothing. She simply gave me an ambiguous smile. I had nothing more to say either, so I simply turned back to my lunch. We're all dead, and that's what this is. I'm just kidding. I just haven't come to terms with it yet. Look, you wouldn't be we shouldn't be surprised with how many times, like, are we dead? Fuck yeah, we are, is actually true. So, I'm just going to run with it every single time. One of these times is going to be right again. This is awkward. I started to regret my earlier outburst as I attempted to eat the mauled chunks of fried shrimp on my plate. At the very end, it'll be like, but Spacey, you could wake up. Oh, you're in the hospital. You had a terrible accident. This was all some kind of like coma dream. And then you're like, no, I'm going to stay in my coma dream. Like, if you choose one of the guys, you die. You stay in your coma. You go into the afterlife in your imaginary world. You don't know that you were in a coma ever after an accident. And then if you go down the true route, that's when you wake up and it was all a dream. I'd be kind of pissed if you have a game like that, like, then it was all fake. Wait, what? I mean, we've played games kind of like that. And like some of them was like, this is like a happy end, but it's really not that happy. It's kind of bittersweet. I don't know how I feel, so I'd be kind of mad. I don't like that. I want my happy goddamn buttercream frosting, cotton candy, rainbow gummy bear, lollipops, floofy, sappy as shit fucking endings where like everything is perfect. I don't want those like, well, but like it's bittersweet. It was all a dream. Oh, well, it was a nice dream. No, fuck you. Let me go back to the dream world. I don't want to be in reality. Reality sucks, man. I want my happy, perfect fantasy land where like, oh, we get some angst, but in the end, it's like, we're happily in love forever. I want my Cinderella story, goddammit. Anyway. By the way, Spacey, I must admit there's something about your 4 suitors that's left me highly concerned. The fact that they're trash? Once we both finished our meals, Smoogie once again broached the subject. Her voice was serious, solemn. I straightened my posture and gave her my full attention. After a heavy pause, she said, Tell me, Spacey, which one is your type? What? I finally understood what rendered speechless meant. I felt like I'd been struck silent more in the last 24 hours than I had in my entire life. From what I saw of them at the front gate, each of them were handsome in their own ways. And not only that, all 4 of them proposed to you, and now you're all living under the same roof. Which of the 4 princes will capture the princess's heart? It's as if you become the protagonist of a real-life Otome game. What? No. Yeah, my butler. Yeah, so I'm gonna guess the true route is where I marry my butler. That's what I would like to say here. I swallowed hard. Smuggy's sudden rapid-fire gushing taking me entirely by surprise. I do like it when they throw them in. Oh my god, it's like you're living in a game! Wait. What? No. Smoogie? Didn't you just say a moment ago that they were, and I quote, scandal magnets? Oh, yes, I did indeed. But their seedy pasts and their proposals are different things. And this is the perfect opportunity for my darling Spacey to finally level up. Level up? Indeed. You nearly have it all, Madam Spacey. Beauty, intelligence, 120% bonus for adorable personality. But there's one thing you lack, I'm afraid. A sense of romance. It's only by experiencing a wonderful and exciting romance that a young girl's able to blossom into a beautiful butterfly, you know? And if you're stuck living together with them anyway, why not experiment a little and enjoy a sweet romance or two? She's blushing. She's adorable. I love her. Smokey looked at me, a bright smile on her face, but I was speechless yet again. I'd say I wanted to avoid dealing with those men. How did that turn into a discussion about sweet romance? This is where you're like, yeah, the only one I want a romance in that house is my butler. Wait, and that's where it gets in her head. She's being sarcastic. Yeah, the only one worthy of my affection. Wait. Oh. And then she pines for him the rest of her life. Until the true ending where we marry him. Never gonna let it go. Samugi could be a mysterious best friend. But if I did something like that, wouldn't I be playing right into their hands? Oh, no. Once you've had your fun, simply dump them. That'll be a neat solution to all your problems. She's like, you get to bone 4 hot men, and no consequences. I'm pretty sure there are going to be consequences. Dump them? I kid, of course. Mostly. Only mostly? Really? If we're to come up with any plan for you, we need information first. Why not try being friendly with them, if just to see what you can learn? Information? Indeed. In fact, if it goes well, we might even be able to discover what it is your grandfather's truly up to with all this commotion. She has a point. The background sheets I'd been given yesterday had only a few snippets of the most basic information. Kasuga would never present me with anything so sloppily prepared, if he could help it. But it was possible that the amount of information he could give me was being restricted. And if that was the case, Samugi was right. If I was going to learn anything about those men, I'd have to find it out myself. Maybe they put the, weird little flag, oh, they're all trash. You know what I mean? And maybe they're not. They're like, oh, no, we had to put that in there so that you would see past... It'd be perfect if we were very oh, we will only date the top pedigree of men, and I am a very snob. And then they locked us in a house with 4 trash bandos, right? And then we learned to overcome, oh, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're a gold digger. I kind of like you. Anyway, I'm not really. I have billions. You know what I mean? To teach us a lesson. But she's like, I don't want to get married at all. So I don't see why that would be the case. Why they'd be like, oh, well, let's tell her they're trash and see if she can get past that. We're not the one who gives a fuck. You know what I mean? We're like, I don't want to get married, so there's really no purpose for that. But if we were a snob, it would have absolutely worked that way. So it is curious. I am curious what our grandfather was thinking. Anyway. If I was going to learn anything about those men, I'd have to find it out myself. Okay, I think I read that, but the risk. Smirk. I looked up, and for some reason, Samugi had a creepy little smirk on her face. Samugi? She blinked, and the smirk quickly transformed into her usual cute smile. Never mind, it's nothing. Why do I feel like she's being shady? Are they all like the grandfather and everyone are secretly talking about us she's in love with her butler? I know, but she's never going to admit it unless you put her in a house full of 4 trash bandos. And then, oh fuck, we're gonna go down all these other routes and marry them, and they're gonna be like, oh, interesting. And in the true off, it's like, I told you, this is what your grandfather and I were doing. Or she's the reincarnation of our dead grandmother. And Nayuta's a dog, and she's a witch, and she turned him from a dog into a human, and there's this weird conspiracy. I don't think this is gonna go into the Uncanny Valley, weird fucking magical realm, but, I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm curious as to her creepy smirk, girl, do I trust you? I swear, dear Spacey, I wasn't enjoying the sight of you wavering at the thought of romance, and I certainly wasn't gonna use the idea for a new doujinshi folder. Samugi! Oh, that's her kink. Seriously, if it wasn't for that one hobby of hers... I sighed heavily, slumping helplessly in my seat again. That explains her smile. I was like, is she being shady? She's like, I'm gonna write naughty fanfic about this. Girl! Let me read some of those. Send them over. Welcome home, Miss Spacey. I'm home. As always, Kasuga held out his hand, and as always, I gave him my bag. It was a small daily ritual, but that's what made it so comforting. He's holding out his hand, and one day you'll just take it in yours. Pull him in close. Look him in the eyes and just tell him how much you love him. Look, I can fantasize, okay? I love this fucking butler. As soon as I take a single step inside the door, I'll be deep in enemy territory. Is something the matter, miss? Did something happen at school, perhaps? It's nothing. My expression was undoubtedly grim. Kasuga looked like he wanted to say something, but instead he simply opened the door for me. He just popped the fuck up, quite literally. Spacey, you're finally home. The minutes felt like hours, and the hours felt like days as I waited for you to drift back to our temple of love. Oh my god, I love him. He's so fucking... Oh my god, stop it. You're so cheesy. She just slammed the door in his face. I love this game so much already. She just walked in and he literally popped up. His sprite, literally, if you weren't watching, just popped up and then she just fucking peaced out. This game is gonna fucking kill me. Oh, I hope it stays like this. Because, sometimes games feel, really fun at first. You're like, okay! And then as you go through, you're like, I'm bored. What's happening? And it turns into a slog. But, this one has just been pretty fucking hilarious. Oh, God. I just hope it keeps going like this. Don't let the roller coaster stop. Miss Spacey, I understand how you must feel, but please, try to stay calm. Kasuga, remove that person immediately. Miss Spacey. I know! I took a deep breath, steeled myself for the onslaught, and opened the door once again. If he was just fucking normal instead of fucking obsessively cheesy. Oh, phew. You startled me for a minute. I'd pined for you so much I thought your arrival was just a hallucination. A chill shivered down my spine, but I stood my ground and plastered a pleasant smile on my face. I love how he's so cheesy and she's like, I'm gonna vomit. Well, pleasant-ish. The smile was more like a grimace. Let me guess, you're overwhelmed too. I knew it. And when I was the first one to greet you upon your return, you were overcome with emotion. I'm honored. Wow, you really do not know how to read a room. Wow. You're hot and cheesy and clueless. Interesting. Hang in there, me. With enough self-discipline, I can endure this. Really, if we're to come up with any plan, we need information first. Why not try being friendly with them, if just to see what you can learn? And then tell me everything so I can write it down. Oh, I can already picture the art. Samugi had it right. No matter how much he made me feel like vomiting, I had to try to be friendly enough to learn about him. Didn't I say that, though? Mitsumori. No, you don't have to say anything. I understand. Huh? You must have ached for me so very much while we were apart. Don't be shy. Come, throw yourself into my arms. Is that a dawning blush I see? Or perhaps, no, it's illness. Was it not a welcome home hug you wished for, but a kiss? I just can't! The font is size 72. Oh, yeah, this game. I just can't. I just imagine Kasuga just pushing him slowly away. Ugh! And again I just ran away! What even was the point of all that then? I ran to my room and slumped over, disappointed with my weakness. I thought I'd steeled myself, but when faced with the enemy, I still turned and ran. Embarrassing. I mean, I don't think anything could prepare you for Ichiya fucking throwing that shit at you. No matter how much you think you're prepared, when that shit happens, you're like... What? I see. You tried to take matters into your own hands and learn about your opponents, although it seems this attempt failed quite spectacularly. Drop it! Knowing your enemy is important, Miss Spacey. But right now, I think it's more important that you know yourself. Oh? He's like, the fact that you're in love with me, god damn it, just admit it! I know, right? You and me, Kasuga. Yes. First and foremost, you have never attempted to proactively get to know another person. Is that correct? Well, Kasuga was right. Given my family's status, many people tried to get to know me, but I never made that effort in return. I'd only become friends with Samugi because she'd initiated our relationship. I simply went along with it. That seems raising you so carefully has backfired on us, Miss Spacey. It's left you a tad insular. A tad shy. Don't think I didn't catch that remark. I'm not particularly shy, thank you. Well, I stand corrected. Oh, well then, what preliminary plans do you have to become acquainted with your suitors? Well, I'm going to try and flee from them as infrequently as possible, and perhaps even talk to them a little more often. Flee from them as infrequently as possible. I mean, that's a valid first step. And I like that she's honest with herself instead of being like, I am going to get to know them. It's like, I'm going to try to not run away from them. Try. Not succeed, but try. A very timid approach, I must confess. By the way, what sorts of subjects do you plan to talk to them about? I had no idea. How could I? I didn't even want to talk to them to begin with. Kasuga grinned wryly when he saw me slump over. He knows us best and we know him best. Oh, God, I need this man in my life. The situation was already difficult for you. Attempting to push forward without a concrete plan of action was, of course, doomed to failure. Then what am I supposed to do? A good question. Considering what I know of you as a person, Miss Spacey, I do have one idea that I'd strongly recommend. He's just like, the look of he's like, marry me. Kasuga smiled at me. Interviews? They say that marriage is akin to a job after all. Accordingly, your suitors are effectively interviewing for employment in the Tojo family. And applying for a job always involves an interview. Inform them that you require it. Make them conform to our way of doing things. Rather than being meek and defensive, I believe it'd be far more on brand for you to simply interrogate them at your leisure, Miss Spacey. He was right. Trust Kasuga to know me almost better than I knew myself. This is why he's perfect for you! Marry the man already! I know we're only like 3 hours into like a game that's probably going to be like 40 plus hours. The way we play it, like 80. Okay. It takes 10 hours to play the game. It takes Spacey 20 plus, okay? Always doubles. But I'm just saying, could we just marry this man already? Because that's where this is going. And if it's not where it's going, I'm mad. And I want a refund right now. No, I'm actually really enjoying this game. But in my brain, we're marrying the fucking butler. That could just work. It was time to say goodbye to the spineless girl who fled from the advances of the enemy. As of now, I'd become a hard-nosed interrogator. Kasuga? Make preparations immediately. I'm going to hold interviews. I flashed Kasuga my most confident smile, and he bowed gracefully in return. He looks so slyly proud of himself. And, like, him giving you that look, and you're like, stop it. So turned on by you. I'm just going to imagine if we don't get to marry him, that in any route, we're just having a secret affair with him, because, like, look, as much as I might love our trash husband, I'm still going to be doing the butler on the side, because Kasuga's hot, and I can't. Anyway. As you wish, miss. Accordingly, individual interviews will be held precisely in 1 hour. What? I made my haughty declaration after dinner. They're all sweating nervously. Except for Shion, he's like, excuse me? It's necessary that I learn who each of you are as men, after all. You have no right to refuse. Consider this part of your duty as my suitors. Whoa, seriously, babe? Interviews? We ain't here to get a job, you know. If you refuse to participate, you will be removed as a potential suitor. That's final. Oh, and please be sure to arrive in the appropriate attire. Am I clear? This will be a formal interview. Oh, we get to see him in suits! Now then, I will summon each of you when it's your turn. Until then, use your free time wisely. Have a pleasant evening. Yeah! All 4 of them are stunned. Stunned! But the real surprise is yet to come. The rose ceremony. We give them roses this time. I love this so much. This game is great. I went straight back to my rooms and started getting myself ready. Will this do? Yes. Yes, I think this will do very nicely. Pardon me, Miss Spacey. How fare your preparations? I love the little chibis! Little chibi Kazuga's so cute! Look at him, he's precious! I love his little round head. Oh, this is adorable. It's not really a CG, it's a little thingy, but like I love it. We're all businessed up. I thought she was gonna wear like a gown or some shit. She is in a full-fledged fucking business suit. She even got glasses. I love it. Miss, your outfit. I told him it would be a formal interview, so it's only proper that I dress the part as well. You're far more into this than I expected. Well, do I look like a proper interviewer? Miss, this is extremely difficult for me to say, but you're going overboard. What? Why? What's wrong with it? Personally, I think it's perfect. Prioritizing form over function is a bad habit of yours. You're merely cosplaying the part, that's all. But this feels so much more appropriate. A student's appropriate formal wear is their school uniform. Might we compromise on that? But I'm not a student right now. I'm an interviewer. Miss Spacey. All right. What I love about this is you're like, here's me in my sexy business lady suit. And he's like, it's a little overboard, girl. Maybe just put on your school uniform. And you're like, man, I wanted you to be like, wow, you're like a sexy business lady and I'm totally into it. But like, no, you didn't even fall for my ruse, man. That hurts, Kasuga. Play along. But he's also like, girl, simmer it down. And you're like, I appreciate the honesty. But could you have at least just pretended you were into it for a minute? And then maybe just compromise a little for me? Telling me to compromise. God. I love him. I grudgingly changed into my school uniform as instructed. Though thinking on it, maybe I had taken things a teeny bit too far with my previous idea. Nuh-uh. Thank goodness he stopped me. Meeting those men had seemingly thrown me further off my stride than I realized. I am me. They cannot change that. I have to get a grip. With perfect timing, Kasuga appeared right as I finished my personal pep talk. He was listening. Shall we be off, miss? I have 5 minutes until the first scheduled interview. I put on my best business face and deployed to the interview room with the resolve of a soldier. I have a few minutes. Jeez, I'm getting really nervous now. Look at him in his little suit. It's adorable. But it also, okay, but it's so funny because, like, his suit literally looks at, this is where it's like, it's so cute. Like, on the other scenes, you're like, okay, he's not too much of a lolly boy. And then this, you're like, oh, look, that's so cute. You put on daddy's suit. He just looks so much younger in the suit. It doesn't work. Like, him just being chill, like, works, and you're like, oh, okay, you're kind of handsome. Slightly lolly boy, but, like, okay, like, you're, like, in between, you know? You're not quite totally lolly boy, but you're not, like, normal hot pretty boy. You're kind of, like, in the middle. But, like, this, you're like, oh, look at you wearing daddy's suit. You're such a cute little boy. And you just want to pet his head because he looks 12 right now. Shion looks amazing, though, because his suit is, like, not a normal suit. I like the 3-piece suit. I want a man in a fucking suit with a fucking vest. Like, that shit's hot. Like, and frickin' Nayuta even has the tie tack. Like, hot. Shion's is, like, very, like, fancy artsy sexy, but I prefer the standard, typical, you know, classic 3-piece suit kind of look. Anyway. Relax, Nayuta. There's nothing to be nervous about. Be yourself, and that will be enough. Uh-huh. So, why is it I get the impression you don't sincerely mean that? Hell, I'm shocked she's really going through with this interview crap. I mean, what's the point? And then, like, Taika's, look at his belt buckle! The suit is exactly what you'd expect. Like, yeah, my shirt's unbuttoned, but I like putting on a suit, babe. Yeah? And you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it's slightly rumpled. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, there's something hot about it, but it's a rumpled suit. And then you have freaking, like, Ichi over here. It's just like, I am wearing my business. Like, that's his business. I like the little, like, lapel pin that goes to his, like, pocket. Like, that's cute. But, like, it is actually really funny, though, because, like, Nayuta has the best fucking suit. This 3-piece suit with the fucking... I'm here for that shit. I wish one of them was wearing a bow tie, though. They should have given, like, Nayuta a bow tie just to go with the 3-piece suit thing. I don't know. Hell, I'm shocked she's really going through with this. Oh, no, I already read that. And why did I read that in Ichiya's voice? Because I was looking at him. And what's wrong with it? Spin it the right way, and this could be just the chance we were looking for. We just got handed the opportunity to sit and talk with Spacey one-on-one. Alone. It's perfect. I'll be able to show her my full array of irresistible charms. The ones that make me want to vomit. Good. Must be nice to have a head full of nothing but sunshine and rainbows all the time. Sheesh. I wish my head was full of sunshine and rainbows. Everyone, your attention, please. The interviews will now begin. Please come forward as you're called. We're not going to get to the interviews. I'm going to have to save up. I don't have time to, like, record a second part either right now, so. And hey, my thing stayed on the whole entire time. It's going to die now that I said that, but, like, I'm shocked. Anyway. All right, here we go. Who should I call up first? I flipped through the papers in my hand, ultimately deciding on a certain set. The suitor I would call up first was... Oh. I guess it doesn't really matter because... let's see. Interesting. So, it's this order. I guess because it doesn't really matter. So, we will choose Ichiya, and then we will stop here. Oh! Look at his little oh, never mind. If you missed it, you missed it. Like, a little... Oh, hey. Wow. Okay, well, anyway, we'll get to his fucking cheese in the next part. Because I have a feeling that their scenes will be a little bit long. You know what I mean? It should be more than a few minutes. So, anyway. Plus, I'm sure he is going to give me so much cheese, I'm going to die laughing quite a few times. So, we ain't got time for that right now. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.